Hi folks! Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about imposter syndrome and kind of my personal struggles and give you some of my thoughts. So to start out, for those of you who don't know what imposter syndrome is, it is a concept describing individuals who are marked by an inability to internalize their accomplishments and a persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud. And that's from the Wikipedia of imposter syndrome. So why do I struggle with imposter syndrome? A lot of it is that self-doubt element. I've dealt with it as a writer, even in some of my professional life, and also here on YouTube. Some of that is, I think, some of that self-doubt is a little healthy. It is a little healthy to have a little bit of self-doubt and to stop and question and evaluate. It's that crippling self-doubt. It's that self-doubt that you can't move past, that you can't address and say, yeah, no, I'm fine, I should be doing this, I know what I'm doing, I'm legit. Part of the struggles I've had is some of the wonderful world of being a female geek on the internet is sometimes I have that feeling of, am I really geeky enough? It's sometimes hard for me to push that voice aside when I also will have fun trolls on the internet saying the same thing that my brain's telling me. And that is why for a couple of times I've stopped making videos and kind of taken a step back. And I think I've reached a point now where I can kind of look at it and go, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm legit. I should be here. My voice matters. And I'm gonna keep making videos. All right, so how do I deal with self-doubt? So first, I do oftentimes stop and listen to that voice and see if there is some truth to it. After that, I move on and say, okay, it might be true, but is that the whole part, or am I just focusing in on one little aspect? So sometimes I'll think of a video idea but then realize, oh, somebody else has made a video kind of like this, so do I really have something to add? Oftentimes in those moments I stop and say, yeah, because I have a different perspective. It might be similar, but I'm not making the same video. And if it is something where I realize somebody has made this video, I will see, is there something that I can add to it? And I try my best to make sure that that video is linked as the, hey, this inspired this, or this person talks about this topic, I'm going to add more, or I'm going to talk about this side of it. I'm still adding something, I'm still creating something, even if it's kind of riding off of something else, I'm still bringing a new perspective to it. And the third one, which I have done this professionally, I've also done it here, is fake it till you make it. When I first started making videos, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I figured I'll give it a try, I'll figure out editing, I'll ask people for advice. I've done that. I did that in school when I started stage managing. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I will ask for advice and I will go at it with a bit of confidence. And it's amazing how much giving yourself a little bit of confidence and kind of role-playing in a way of being like, yeah, no, I got this. I'm totally good. Yeah, I've done this before. And, you know, don't lie. If somebody asks, have you done this before? Tell them, no, this is my first time. But you can still kind of tell yourself like, yeah, you got this. You don't have to freak out. This isn't new. This isn't scary. No one starts out perfect at anything. No one starts out as an expert. Everybody starts out at level 1. Maybe there are a couple people who are prodigies and start out at level 5. But we don't start out as level 20 characters. So you're gonna suck for a little bit, and that's okay. But the big thing is learn from your mistakes and build on it. And finally, sometimes you just have to ignore that voice. You just have to say, screw you, I got this, I deserve to be here, my voice deserves to be spoken. And this is a time where it's good to listen to other people and find the people that you trust, that you respect, and see what they're saying. If they are saying, yeah, you got this, this is great, believe them. And if they tell you, no, it's not so great, ask for feedback. Ask, if it's something you really want to do, ask for that feedback. Ask for that, how can I make this better, and move on. Because as long as you're trying to improve, I feel like that's the thing that kind of sets you apart from somebody who's a fraud, is that you are trying to hone your craft, whatever that is, whether that's GMing, whether that's writing, whether that's creating videos. As long as you're doing that thing, you're trying to get better, you're listening to feedback, and take it with a grain of salt. Not everyone is going to have positive feedback, and that's why it's good to have some people who you respect, who you look up to, and listen to their feedback rather than Joe Schmo on the street who just is angry about life and wants to bring everyone down. And there have been a couple times where having gotten into RPGs have helped me. You looking at it from the no one starts out as the level 20 character is a nice metaphor, but also getting that practice of role-playing, of being a slightly different person. So being somebody who's a little bit more confident or a little bit more outgoing or whatever it is that you struggle with, and then taking that and applying it to whatever situation you're struggling with, feeling that imposter syndrome of being able to be like, hey, remember when I had that like total confidence when I was playing Audra? I'm going to borrow some of that for this situation. Okay, so announcement time. We are launching a Patreon. Why, you might be asking? We've been making these videos for almost 4 years now, and I have considered doing a Patreon for a while, but I've struggled with the basically imposter syndrome of feeling like, well, we weren't big enough, we weren't legit enough to have a Patreon. Even though it's something like, hey, having a Patreon would have meant that I could have gotten a better camera much sooner, we could go to more conventions or pick up some more games to review for you to see. Because while I enjoy doing this and it's great, it takes quite a bit of time and there is a bit of investment on our end. And being able to reach out and say, hey, if you enjoy what we're doing and want to help us make more of this stuff, takes a little bit of that burden off so we can focus on making stuff for you guys. I will say one thing that really helped kind of sway me on it is reading Amanda Palmer's book, The Art of Asking, and realizing it's okay for me to ask for help. And that's kind of what the Patreon is. We're asking you guys to help us make more stuff for anyone who is a patron, as well as anyone who watches our videos or follows us on Twitter or whatever it is. You get to be part of it. And we've got some cool perks over at Patreon that you can go check out. If you want to help support us, but you can't financially, share our Patreon page, share our videos. That is a huge help for us. So I'm telling that voice in my head to shut up for a bit, and I'm asking you guys. I'm asking if you like what we do, want to see more, and you want to help support us, you can become a patron and join our campaign. I will say this is completely optional. We're still going to keep making videos. We're still going to post about our stuff on Twitter and Facebook and all of those other places that we're on social media. And that's going to keep happening. Patreon just kind of helps, if we hit a couple of goals, we can devote more time to making stuff for you folks. So yeah, so let me know if you have struggled with imposter syndrome. Do you have any tricks for kind of silencing that doubt in your own mind? Let's talk about it down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!